everyone, welcome back to the Mallard 5 Farmhouse. Today we're going to be talking about water glassing eggs. Last year we went through a period of about 1 to 2 months where our hens stopped laying because of molt and just winter. And I had to get eggs at the store, and I didn't really enjoy doing that. It made our bill go up, and I knew that they weren't as good as the eggs that we have here on the farm. So we looked into water glassing the eggs, and I want to show you how to do that today. So there's a few things that you're going to need to water glass your eggs. You're going to need, of course, a container to keep them in. I really like these glass jars. I just think that they look really pretty. A lot of people also like to use the 5-gallon food grade buckets with the lid. And those work really well too. I just prefer the look of these to kind of make our basement a little bit prettier. But you will need that. You will need some pickling lime. Now, this is also another thing. Some people buy the bags like this, and I get this in the canning section at, Walmart, Rural King, or wherever. A lot of other people can get them at like a hardware store also, and it comes in a bigger bag. This little bag is fine for what we use it for. The only thing that you need to make sure that you are getting calcium hydroxide. That is what you want. So it doesn't matter if it comes from the hardware store or Walmart, but you want calcium hydroxide. That's what is going to preserve your eggs. Another thing that I like to use when I first started, but now I kind of can measure it out by eyeball, is a little kitchen scale, because you need 1 ounce of the lime per every quart of water in your jar. So that's a good way to be able to measure it out and with the weight. A tablespoon, and for measuring purposes on the scale I like to use a little bowl. This is just one of the girls' little kid bowls. Something else that you're going to need is clean, unwashed eggs. You don't want them to have any kind of debris or anything on them whenever you put them in here, and you're not going to be able to wash them off because you want that bloom that develops once they're laid. So clean, unwashed eggs is the last thing that you're going to need. So to start it off, this is a 1-gallon jar, so I have 4 quarts of water already in here. So that means we are going to need 4 ounces of the lime to go in here. Usually it's recommended to wear gloves when you're working with this lime. If you have sensitive skin, it can be really drying on your hands, but I'll be alright. So since I've done this for a little bit, I've come to realize that 2 heaping tablespoons is usually 1 ounce. So I'm going to go ahead and pour this in here. That's 1 ounce. That was 1, so I need to do that 3 more times. So I also like to bring out a spoon. Once I have all my lime in my water, I go ahead and just stir it up. It's going to be cloudy for a little bit, but the lime will settle to the bottom. And now you just take your clean, unwashed eggs and drop them in. Something else that you're going to notice as you put eggs in your jar is the water level, of course, is going to rise. So that's normal, that's totally fine. Just scoop out, enough water and you'll be okay. There is an overabundance of lime in the jar on purpose. That's necessary to preserve them. So that's totally fine. They're going to turn out all right. So whenever you're finished and you have some of your eggs in, just put the lid on. And then the next time that you go collect some eggs, and if you have some that are clean, you can go ahead and just throw them in there instead of putting them in the fridge or setting them on the counter, and you can start your stash for winter whenever your hens molt. So I went ahead and moved these 2 side by side so you can tell the difference. This one has been in the jar for about 6 months or so now, and this one is the one that we freshly just did. So you can see the level of the lime in here is really tall. And in here, it definitely settles a good bit, so you don't have to worry about that. We have tried some of our water glassed eggs that have been in for about 6 months in another jar, and we tasted no difference. Now you can keep your eggs water glassed for 18 months up to 2 years. I don't think there will ever be a point that our eggs will last that long. We go through them pretty fast, but you can keep them water glassed for up to 2 years. When you store them, you want them to be in a cool, dark place. You don't want them to be where sun's going to reach them, especially if you have a jar like mine that's glass where the sun can penetrate. I keep ours in our basement. It's cool and dark down there, so they should be fine. So hopefully this helps you out. If you have any other questions or if I didn't answer something, you can go ahead and just leave that in the comments and I'll get back to you. If you like videos like these, we have all kinds of farm videos. We will be having babies with our goats, and we will hopefully be able to do lots of things with milk, make cheese and butter, and we have lots of things planned. So if you like videos like this, go ahead and subscribe to the channel and hit that like button, and until next time, thanks for watching.